Wow, it is 140 below zero. Or so it seems. Oh, Wednesday morning, off to church maintenance. Gonna do some drywall today and who knows what else. Let's go. See you there. So these guys were already, they beat me here this morning. They won this morning, but nonetheless.
That's nothing new.
Yes, it is. Last week I waxed you guys. So they've already started cleaning out of this place. So we're going to just continue ripping stuff down and having some fun. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's take this door off.
Yep.
Give us a little bit more light in here. Did you say hi?
Huh?
Did you say hi?
Hi. Hi, Fraser. Hey, Fraser. Anything to see it? Yeah, it's the usual cohort.
Just that door off and make it a little bit brighter.
You make my life a little bit brighter. Yoo-hoo.
I will never give up my singing career.
Someday it will pan out. My ship will come in.
Oh, nice.
Okay, all of this stuff is getting cost.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Yep. But those, I could use those curtains seriously, like in the living room at the home.
You go in.
No, that's good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think Ali would veto that. Yeah. I think after we redo this, we got to put a dimmer light in here because this is just way too bright.
You know, the only person complaining around here is me. I've been something like this after
Fred says he will come down and help us with this. I'm not
cool.
sure he'll be here right away, but he'll be here
Excellent.
soon. And I've got a box for it.
Well,
I've
all
got
you
a
have to do
switch
is
for it. Yeah,
Lift it
so,
up and then it'll just come off and hang.
so Sharon just called, and she said she wants everything that we took out of there. She wants kept and put back.
Good, yeah. Go for it.
No, she didn't. But she did. Remember we were talking about a potential for suspended ceiling or something?
Yep.
So Sharon said, "Hey, I don't know if anybody's asked Fred, but should that be like a suspended ceiling for future sound stuff?" So I think that's brilliant, and I think we should chat with Fred. And
Yeah, while he's here. Why not?
Yeah.
Now's the time to do it.
It's an over an 8-foot ceiling anyway,
Yeah.
so that would work
It
out
comes
nicely.
down just down to there.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah,
then we don't have to
exactly.
worry about the ceiling
That's
because
right.
the ceiling's a pain
Yeah.
in the butt. So I think that would be fantastic.
Here's Fred. Woohoo! Got his tool belt and everything. All right.
All right. See, I warned him ahead of time what we were looking at.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? So Sharon actually just texted me with a question as well, and she said, because this is like it's not quite a 9-foot ceiling, I don't think, but it's close. She said, has anybody talked to you about maybe leaving this as a suspended ceiling so that you could have access later on?
That would be good because this is sound system and camera wiring going through there and the yellow, and then that could be left up in there.
Exactly.
It's
Yep.
a future thing.
Yep. Okay, we will do that. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
That actually works good because now the drywall will come off the top and not a problem.
Hey, Fred. Say hi to Fraser.
Hi, Fraser. How you doing?
Fred didn't make it onto the last video because my battery died, so now I got Fred on the video. This is Fred that helped me with the thermostats. So that sounds like a three-way switch to me, doesn't it?
Nope.
Nope. It just blew my whole, everything you guys assumed about me, thinking I knew what I was
No,
talking about. It's totally gone.
A three-way switch would be where you have switches in 2 locations.
Yeah, but I figured with 3 wires you'd need,
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about
Not
this.
sure where.
Am I going to really,
And Fred knows,
challenge
I don't know
an
anything
electrical
about
engineer?
electrical.
I don't think so. So,
Kelly's proven that.
You're relevant, right? As long as I go to the.
Just make sure you ground it with that little bare wire there.
Yeah.
Road wire there, yep.
And, yeah, turn the power off.
You think?
I have done worse.
Oh,
With the
I
power
believe that you
on.
have, yes.
Yeah.
I've tried.
It makes me shudder to this day. Think
Yeah.
what could have happened.
You are the expert.
You know the definition of expert, right?
I think so, but I don't remember it.
X is an unknown quantity, and a spurt is a jet of water. So
A drip under
expert-
pressure.
Or drip under pressure.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Nice. Expert is an unknown quantity of a drip under pressure.
My electrical tester. I like this electrical tester better.
Yeah.
This one actually knows what electrical testers technically do. See? Oh, was that supposed to scare me?
No, I'm just familiarizing you with the sound it's going to make.
I am well aware of the sound and the feel that it makes. I thought years ago, I thought, I can do this. I don't need to turn the power off. I was wrong.
There's a lot of wire in there, holy.
I'm going to keep going on the paneling on this side where I actually can, contribute. All right. So the video was off because the battery was dead, but Keith's here.
Hey!
So we're just finishing up. We put one piece of drywall up. The other guys have abandoned us. They just left us. They just said no. I'm just kidding. They've been here longer than that. So now we're just messing around with this. So what I'm doing right now is just, Keith is saying that, I probably don't need to do any of this, but I'm doing it because, I'm a psycho. That's kind of who I am and what I do. And I'm not saying he's wrong, but he may be right. See, that worked out fine. That wasn't sketchy at all.
It's not overkill if it makes you happy.
It makes me so happy. That might be my new mantra. It's not overkill. Makes me happy. So Keith has the legal ability to pull an electrical permit if necessary, correct, Keith?
For specific items.
Okay. That was a political yes.
For specific items, Keith can.
Gives me great confidence. We found more stuff, more issues. It's like anything, right? You pull off one thing and you uncover something, and it's just like, yikes. So. I was not. This is like the world's tiniest little ratchet. This is awesome. This is the greatest tool. Allie would love this. She loves really tiny tools and really big tools. Yeah, she would love that, and she would like the big giant, sockets and stuff. She's like, oh, we need one of those. No, we don't, but yeah, it's cool. Wow. I think that's solid. That's not going anywhere, man. It's into the
Plenty fine.
You stay here and watch this and yell if anything explodes.
Okay. Excuse me. Can you hold this while I turn the power on? Look at this guy. Hold this while I turn the power on. That's what I get. Well, something clicked and I'm not getting electrocuted, so.
Well, that's good. Yeah, there's your.
It's full blast.
Says I got power. Oh.
It's taking the time to warm up.
Doing nothing.
Zero. No heat coming out of that at all. Did it even work before? Do we even know if it worked?
No, we don't.
Because maybe it didn't work.
It's possible.
Because it 100% has power going to it. And if it was going to short out, it would have already shorted out. It would have shorted out immediately.
Alright, so the heater's not working. We're not sure exactly why. But it's quite possible the heater never worked. Or at least didn't work when we were starting it. So, but it's definitely not working now. So, probably gonna get a new heater. I'll look and see what we can do and see what I can avoid for Sharon getting too mad at me. But yeah, other than that, just cleaning up and gonna head home and probably finish up on the wiring on the trailer. $100, new lights. It's all we can do, right? It's all we can do. All we can do is try. That's it. If it is not this, I am stymied. It should be this. This should be what it is. It's the same thing. It's identical. So I should have no problems getting this all hooked up within a matter of a few minutes. I did all this so nicely. So nicely. Right? All of this is just done so nice. See, now I get to that point. If I'm not careful, I get to the point where I start making dumb mistakes because, you know, I'm rushing. And I am not interested in rushing. So I don't get this done for a week. I can't go fishing for a week anyway. It's going to be down to like -8. I'm not fishing in that. Say Caribbean cruise sounded pretty good right about now, isn't it?
Right? We should go. We just live streamed the whole thing.
No.
Don't think so?
I just don't see me in the Caribbean.
Daniela? Fraser? Any thoughts?
Dave and Roz are going on a Caribbean cruise, so, you know, that's why we're saying that. You know, whenever you make one of those mistakes and you just think, you're just kind of dumb, you know? Just dumb. And that's kind of how I feel right now. Just dumb. Dumb. I'm not leaving that like that. I'm not. I'm not leaving it like that. I didn't like the way it looked anyway. Didn't like it. Oh, and it came right out anyway, so there you go. Before I do the other one, I'm just going to test this one. Because really, everything's hooked up. If the other one's not hooked up and doesn't hook up, that's the ground is on that one and everything else is on that one. This one should work. Let's see what we got. I know you saw that. I'm very happy with that. All right, let's move over to the other side. We'll do that one. This one should be easier. I don't have the extra wire going to the marker light, so. I know that looks like a bad idea. And it possibly is. Hello. It's going better now.
What's that mean?
Means I tested the first light and the first light works. So the problem seems to be with the lights. So if those things are guaranteed for life, you think I can contact them and say, hey, like, seriously?
You could try.
Yeah, I'm not going to have a receipt from 2 years ago.
But I
And
might in paper.
are you there?
Yeah?
It would be probably March or April of 2022. Tail lights. All right, success, man. It's you know, you play the game and you go through easiest to hardest all the way along, and I wound up redoing everything. And it was the lights, but now I have an entirely new system, like I like having anyway. And generally speaking, once I do that, I don't have any problems with any of the electrical system on the trailer, except for an occasional ground here or there, but very, very rare. So, and that'll be probably a few years down the line. Oh, just tidying up, finishing up the this stuff. Good. I think that looks pretty neat. You know, I mean, aside from all the, you know, messed up stuff there with the colors and stuff. That's good. Just the way it is. That ain't going anywhere. Okay, that side's done. That was easier. Now we finish up the front. We are done. What do we got? We got this here. That is now nice and clean. Not nearly the rat's nest that it was. And this is nice and clean, long, secured. That's the kind of wiring I like on a trailer, and it's done. And it works. We tested it. Glad it's done. And I shouldn't have to do anything more to that for a very long, long time. So. Hey Fraser, church maintenance day today. Got some stuff done there. It didn't seem like a lot, because there's always more stuff to any job than what seems to be at the surface, right? But other than that, yeah, just got all the paneling down and get stuff ready for drywalling. Got the one piece of drywall up because I wanted to get the heater on, which the heater didn't work. And I found out later that the heater didn't work. It was not, we didn't break it, it just didn't work. So we'll get a new heater, put a new heater in there, and that'll be fine. That'd be nice, actually, because we need that in there for when the when we're doing the drywall mudding and stuff anyway. But yeah, so I like the way it's in there. I am ecstatic that Fred came over and did that, took off that timer. It was an old mechanical timer that turned on and off lights outside, but we weren't using it anyway, and I'm not sure how much power that thing was taking up, but I think it had to be taking up something, right? So anyway, it was just replaced. Fred replaced it with the proper switch, which was good, because that was a little bit outside of my my area of expertise as well. So I was very appreciative that Fred was willing to do that. So. Yeah, and hung out. Keith came over for a while, so that's good. Sounds like Keith might be coming over on Wednesdays and giving us a hard time, which is nice. Yeah, that was about it for maintenance today. Got a bunch of the junk pulled out of there, and we'll see if we can't use that back area once it's all cleaned up. We're going to try and see if we can put some of that, you know, that solid insulation stuff on the wall there, and maybe be able to use that area for storage for the cleaning supplies and all that sort of stuff, right? So, and got home and worked more on the trailer. I made it look like I did more wiring on the trailer, but I actually didn't. So the wiring I had done last night, but there was so much already on yesterday's video that I just held it over for today. And I actually, to make it look authentic, I specifically wore this shirt again today to make it look authentic, but I'm not going to lie to you. So, you know, but I was ecstatic. I tried to keep it downplayed last night. I think I did okay. My dramatic, I don't think I'm up for any awards or anything, but I mean, who can say, you know, public wants what the public wants, right? But, you know, I tried to downplay my excitement at the fact that the trailer lights were done, and finished and complete and working. In fact, Dave asked me yesterday before I aired the video as to what was going on and how the trailer lights were going, and I didn't tell him. I refused to tell him. So, but that's part of the fun, right? So, but yeah, it worked. It's really weird that those lights, both of those lights, weren't working. I can see one, but the fact that both of them weren't working is weird. Doesn't matter. Whole new system all the way around, which is fantastic. New lights, and the lights are working great. We shouldn't have any more problems. Got proper marker lights everywhere now. All good. Yeah, very, very happy about that. And it's clean. I've got the wires all cleaned up. There's nothing that drives me more crazy seeing a trailer and the wires are kind of straggly and all over the place. And again, that's why I do redo trailers, because that's how. But 95% of the trailers that I ever see, that's what they look like. The wires are straggling all over the place, and it just drives me crazy. So, yeah. Generally speaking, if you see trailer wiring and lights that work and that are clean, generally speaking, the trailer is in good shape. Not always, but generally speaking, right? So that is about it for today. But I'm ecstatic because we got the trailer done. That's a huge, again, which should have been a 10-minute job. All right, maybe not 10 minutes, but it shouldn't have been a 3-day, 4-day job kind of thing, right? So, but that is now done. Now I can move on to other things. Not bigger and better, but other things. Maybe now I can sit in the boat and play the mandolin. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I got a few small things. Let me yawn. Oh. Got a few small things to clean up and that inside the boat, so I'll be doing that at some point. But I kind of really want to get that project done for Jack and Carol, where I get that, especially because it's going to get cold. But where the water line is there, the portion of drywall that's missing. I've got it covered up, but I'd kind of like to do that next. That's my desire. Plus, get some plywood out of my garage that's taking up precious space. And with the boat in there, every little bit of space counts, right? So, men's group tomorrow morning, and I'll probably do a little bit of drywall after that. So tonight, man, I wanted to share with you a little bit, and it's about the beginning of Jesus' ministry. It's actually the temptation of Jesus is what I wanted to chat with you a little bit about tonight. So Jesus was about 30 when he started his ministry. And just before the start of his ministry, he went and he got baptized by John the Baptist. So when Jesus went to John the Baptist to get baptized at the Jordan River, John the Baptist tried to stop him, saying, I need to be baptized by you, and you're coming to me? Jesus said, let it be done. It's proper for us to do this to fulfill all righteousness. Then John consented, and as soon as Jesus was baptized, he went up out of the water, and at that moment heaven was opened, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and lighting on him, on Jesus. And a voice from heaven said, this is my Son, whom I love, and with whom I am well pleased. Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the desert to be tempted by the devil. After fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. The devil came to him and said, if you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread. Jesus answered, it is written, man does not live by bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. Then the devil took him to the holy city and had him stand on the highest point of the temple. If you are the Son of God, he said, throw yourself down, for it is written, he will command his angels concerning you, and they will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. Jesus answered him, it is also written, do not put the Lord your God to the test. Again, the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor. All this I will give you, the devil said, if you will bow down and worship me. Jesus said to him, away from me, Satan, for it is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only. Then the devil left him, and the angels came and attended to Jesus. So there's a couple of points there, but Jesus was tempted, probably in way more ways than this, but those were the areas that were written down, as it says in the book of the Gospel of John. If all the things that Jesus did were written down, the world wouldn't be able to contain all the books. So, but in this particular segment of reading, the area that I want to kind of focus on is the last one, where he took him up to a high mountain and he showed him all the kingdoms of the world, all the splendor. And the devil said to Jesus, I will give you all of this. All of this I will give to you right now. So in paraphrasing, what he's saying to Jesus is, everything you see, this entire earth, I will give to you. You don't have to go and do this thing that you have to do and die on the cross. You don't have to do that. You just fall down and worship me, and I'll give it all back to you. And the funny thing is, Jesus didn't disclaim that the devil could give it to him. So I've chatted before that we were given dominion of the earth. God, when he created the earth and he created us, he gave us dominion. When we chose to disobey God, we gave dominion of the earth to Satan. So when Satan offered that to Jesus, he actually had that authority. The dominion of the world was his to give and to keep. And he did offer it to Jesus. Jesus didn't dispute the fact that Satan had the authority to give it to him. But Jesus knew well that there was no way he's going to bow down to anybody except for God the Father. And he just told the devil to get away, get lost. I just find it interesting that the devil offered that as a way out for Jesus to sort of get what Jesus was going for in the first place. It was almost in line with what Jesus was doing, because Jesus was coming here to take possession, to take dominion of everything back, to be able to restore our relationship. But that was not the way to do it. Because if he had done that, clearly, again, Satan, the devil being the father of lies, he had the authority to give that back if he wanted to, but if Jesus fell down and worshiped him, Jesus and the devil knew at that point in time that the devil would still own dominion of that, and probably more. And it just wasn't going to happen. It couldn't happen. So I just find it very interesting that Jesus was tempted. In every way it says that we were tempted. These are the ways that are written down. But it confirms that we gave up dominion of the earth to the devil, that the devil had the authority. Now, when Jesus died on the cross and his blood was sacrificed as an atonement for all of our sins, it took the devil out of the equation. It paid the price. Sins were atoned for all who accepted, for all who ask. And Jesus took the keys to death and hell. So he took dominion back. The price that he paid is a free gift that he gives now to all of us. Anybody that accepts it. Absolutely anybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, what you're considering doing. If you come to Jesus, again, you don't clean yourself up and then come to Jesus. You just come to Jesus, and then he'll work out what he wants to work out in your life. Right? Anyway, buddy, that's what I wanted to share with you tonight. I love you. I miss you. God loves you. I look forward to seeing you soon. And I will post more tomorrow.